Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Saturday to you. I am so happy to be here with you this morning. It looks like it's going to be a nice day here in Pennsylvania. A little chilly, but nice. I hope it's going to be a nice one for you today. Our little town, it's a little village that is just about a mile away from me, is having a Christmas celebration today. Going to have crafts and all kinds of fun stuff for the kids to do. And the three churches in the area are putting it on. So our church is helping with that today. So I'm anxious to take my grandson to do that this evening. So I hope you're doing well. Yesterday's devotion had Peter talking to us, excuse me, during Pentecost. And I am not quite finished with my journal page. I still have a little bit more to write. So when I'm done here today, I will do a little bit more writing on that. So let's go ahead and dig in. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Let's go ahead and dig into today's scripture. And today's scripture, this is the 10th, is Psalms 30, verse 5. And it says, "For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." So in this chapter, using the bless method, we started out with B for the Bible verse, which is Psalm 30, verse 5. L was for listening for God's voice, and I did pray before I started this that God would give me wisdom and discernment for this scripture. So the E is it's exploring the history. And I love exploring the history of these verses, because to me, knowing what that was talking about is so important to put the context with it. So in this chapter, David is praising God, and he's remembering how good God was to him in forgiving him of his sins and healing him from a plague that had fallen on Israel. Now, Satan had encouraged David to take a census of the people, and that was against God's wishes. You can read more about that in 1 Chronicles 2:11. So many thousands of people died during this plague. But because David prayed for forgiveness in actually taking this census, God cut it short. So from this experience, David learned that God is merciful and his anger is short-lived. Yes, God had disciplined David, and he wept through the night because of this. But his joy returned when the discipline was over. Unfortunately, nobody goes through life very long without something happening that causes us sorrow or disappointment. Now, many times it's not our fault. It's just circumstances that happen. But there are times that we experience pain and difficulty because of our own actions. It could be because of our attitude, or even because we just don't care about the circumstances. Have you ever said that? I don't care what happens, I'm going to do it. The good news is God's anger at our disobedience is short-lived when we ask for forgiveness. David knew how it felt to be surrounded by scary circumstances, and he understood that he needed to cling to God when things seemed hopeless. We've all been there. How many of us have prayed through the night and felt like things would never get better? Sometimes it's loneliness and hopelessness, but like David, this psalm is one that we need to claim for our own. If midnight seems like it's your darkest hour and storms in life are closing in on you, you need to remember that joy does come in the morning, and the sun will rise again, and joy will fill our hearts. I pray that if you are going through a difficult time right now in your life, that you will pray to God for things to be better, for if it was a circumstances that you have caused, that you will ask for forgiveness. But God loves to hear what your prayers are. He wants you to come to him. So come to him with your difficulties, with your problems, and know that joy will come to you. The morning isn't always the next morning. You have to remember that. Sometimes it's much later and it does take time. But in this situation, we're talking about not actual time, but more symbolic time. Okay? Good morning, Regina. And Melinda is here too. Good morning, ladies. So let me know what you thought. I think, Melinda, you've already done your verse this morning, didn't you? You are an early riser, aren't you? Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I should be on tomorrow morning, my normal time at 10 a.m. Eastern time, because I don't have to be at church till 11, so I should be good for getting on. All right? So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.